Okay. Eh, uh, it feels like I don't want to draw attention to this part, but it's like so noticeable, and I'm just like, anyway. Um, so like I googled these things called like the seven deadly sins, which is like integral to Christianity. I still am holding on to the belief that Christianity is a cult, but my roommate is trying to convince me otherwise. He says it's actually not a cult, and I was like, are you sure? But anyway, um, they never discuss ethics or morals in Christianity. So like that's like my biggest problem with it, which is why I'm pretty sure it's a cult. Um, but like the seven deadly sins and why it's not okay, I think is like I think what's it called? I don't think they said it right because it's probably not in English. So I think it's like lust is like when you continually engage in sexual acts because it physically feels good. You don't care about the other person. You don't want any other relationship with them outside of having sex with that person. That means you don't care about that person. You only care about having sex. As long as there's a person you can have sex with, that's what that is. Um, so that's lust. Gluttony is um it's supposed to be like excessive consumption. And it doesn't always lead to obesity. So gluttony is the excessive consumption of a thing until it goes like, wow. Like a glutton for punishment means like somebody who likes punishment to the point where it starts impeding on their life. Like an addict. That's kind of what, yeah, it means addiction. So treating things that are not unhealthy as if it was unhealthy, like being or engaging about it in an unhealthy way. I think that's what gluttony is. Greed is like it's like hoarding. Greed is hoarding. You're just hoarding all these things you don't even need. It's called being greedy. Um, just because no one else can have them. Sloth is excessive laziness or failure to act and utilize one's talents. Not really. It's like it's lazy. Sloth is laziness is sloth. It's like how lazy are you? Like lazy usually refers to people who are chronically or habitually late and aren't really like maintaining their obligations out of little to no motivation to do so or desire rather to do so. But sloth is like taking to another level where you're not even doing anything. You're actively doing all that work to avoid doing work. That's sloth, I think. That's lazy. Wrath is just an act. So you saw as a verb, okay, something you did to somebody because you are angry. You're taking out your anger at somebody or something else other than yourself. That's wrath. That's bad. Envy is like always coveting or wanting something that other people have, not you. What others have. So they're like, oh, other people have this, so I want it. Or like, I want what that person has. That's called envy. Pride is like, it says it's an excessive view of oneself without regard for others. No, it's like it's an exaggerated self-important feeling. So like you're so like you think it's so important what you did when in reality it was what everyone else is doing. So most people do. Yeah. I guess those are bad things. What are bad stuff in hold on. The 5 hindrances. Someone's car alarm went off. So in Buddhism, it's called ill will. So it's like bad intentions. Sloth and torpor. So it's like without being able to move. I don't know how do I explain this? Like, ill will means like bad intentions with bad whatever. Sloth and torpor is like unwillingness to accommodate or go along with the situations at hand. Restlessness and remorse. It's actually, he's referring to anxiety and racing thoughts and that kind of stuff. It's actually very not Buddhist. It's like I don't know what I don't think it was called restlessness and remorse. I don't know if this is the right one. Here, there's a wiki article on it. Oh, I think it's like regret and worry and remorse, like those, kind of negative feelings that come from wishing that something else, you did something else and thinking that you made a mistake. That inability to calm your mind. Yeah, it's actually against Buddhist practices to like use physical things to try to calm your mind. So if you're angry or upset, you're supposed to be able to calm yourself without using a substance or like, doing something to make yourself feel better, or just distractions are fine, I think. Or doubt, and doubt is actually one of the biggest hindrances, which is like lack of conviction or trust. It's like when you don't trust other people, that's bad. And they said sensory desire, so it's like when you want to make yourself feel better through like sensory, this is very very like, I think the pitfalls of living or trying to improve your life is like when you feel like crap at the end of the day, you want to like do something to cheer yourself up. Oh, why don't I have like a piece of cake, or like why don't I smell or touch something that feels good, and at least it'll distract me, and then Buddha says that actually starts giving into your craving. Like he says that because you do those things and you keep looking for those things to um make you feel better, you're gonna start desiring it more and more. And since you continue to desire those things, it's just gonna continue to impact your life negatively. So it's like, oh, you shouldn't want to have those things, because now you're just gonna, like, it's gonna be a priority in your life for you to be able to access that. And that is one of the hindrances, I guess. I don't know if that's what they said. I don't remember. That's what it says on the Wikipedia. I know ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt was one of them. I don't know about sensory desire. All four of them were right. I don't know what the last one. Yeah. What is it yeah. Why are those things bad? Yeah, sensory desire was one of it. I don't know, I guess it's like, it's really simple the way the Bible describes it. Like, it's not so cut and dry in human life, which is what his point was. Buddha said, the reason why these are things, like, you have to do something to counteract those hindrances. That's the thing, you can't just like expect it to resolve itself or avoid it. It's something that you actually have to do to make sure that you're not like getting into that kind of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to go and do things for like. I think the Bible's talking about being selfish. I think they're just trying to say like, don't be selfish. Like they're trying to stop people from being selfish, but like, I don't know if that's possible. Buddha was more concerned about making sure the person was doing well and understanding what it is that they're doing. Like, especially if you're in like a new situation. Yeah. Um, it's not like, honestly, not being selfish isn't gonna help me understand or kind of get me to like, it's not enough information for me to go on with that. If that makes sense. Like, there's not like, based on just what the Bible said, like especially with things that should be avoided, it's like not really enough for me to understand how to navigate like these ethical mores and like what to do about things if these things occur. Like there's nothing about that, but there's stuff about like, there's very nice words in there, and there's very hopeful texts and saying like, oh, everyone else also said these are bad things, and if you are also saying these are bad things, and you're also living your life in this way, you're doing the right thing. Good job. But it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing if I'm actually struggling. There you go. Let's say like I'm actually at a loss, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm at a crossroads, and I'm just like, what should I do? Like, please give me some answers. Like, why do I feel this way? What should I blah blah blah. There's Buddhism for that. They're like telling you, oh, if you experience these negative emotions, which you'd be really surprised, a lot of people frequently do. And it's like, that's kind of like the whole point where like this kind of helps me actually prevent myself from like getting too far with getting a big head and thinking I'm better than everyone and blah blah blah. But, like, it kind of helps you recognize that everyone has like this universal human trait, and that can't be like assessed or whatever, quantified. And also that like it doesn't really matter what it is that you're going through, like whether how well you have it or how hard you have it. Like, these things will affect everyone, that kind of stuff. Like, hard times will hit everybody in such ways, etc., etc. And also, like, oh, what if like things just seem so horrible and everything's just going wrong and it just doesn't feel right? And Buddha says you are not the only one who thinks that way. And some people have evidence of those things going terribly and wrong and not going right, but you shouldn't focus so much on those things. Rather, maybe just like, think about it this way. Or something. Like, it's kind of like an instruction guide on how to make yourself, or like how to like conduct yourself so that you're like, oh, I thought I was gonna die, but I guess I'm not. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Also, I think I might be getting sick again, which I'm kind of concerned about.